Hello out there in the podcast world. You've once again reached the blind tag. I'm Big Dick Giddeon, along with always as Dante.
Hey.
And Kryim.
Hey.
And I'm going to let you guys know, last week's Raw was not good. Wasn't great.
Didn't meet up to the previous week?
Well, look, I don't know if that's not a fair comparison.
Yeah, you really can't. I mean, it is the
month after WrestleMania, but yeah. I don't it was just
it's like the writers,
very disappointing.
And the writers had I have a great idea for this week. Awesome, this is great. What happens next week? Fuck it.
The bosses are on vacation. Who cares?
Yeah, the bosses are going to phone it in. You know, send Randy out there. That'll suck him about 20 minutes for him to get to the ring. You know, but speaking of which, we'll get to him in a second. But they opened with Byron Saxton, still on the
one job
commentator mic. Look, the thing is, he's not a color guy. He's a play-by-play guy.
Easy.
Okay.
All right.
Really?
I'm just saying, easy. Take it as you will.
Really?
Just reel it in.
Are you fucking...
But bump.
Well, we just reel it in. That's all I'm saying. You know. Okay. Just,
He's more of a play-by-play kind of guy.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I'm trying to get at. You're just taking it into a weird direction, okay? Just saying. Just be careful what you say on how you say it. And people, some people, like, play-by-play men might actually get offended to, being called a color commentator. Just saying. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Just, they might get offended. Those people.
It's okay, dude. You can laugh.
Let it out. It's okay.
Or is it you're sore, aren't you?
I'm a little sore.
Okay.
We'll get to why in a minute.
Okay.
But he was very awkward on the mic. I don't think Booker T really appreciated him that much, because when they threw it to him during the beginning commentary, he just sort of looked at Byron for like 2 seconds and was like, yeah? And just turned back to the camera. Silently.
So awkward.
So yeah. Byron Saxton's awkward. And thanks for making that segment awkward, Kryim. I appreciate that.
You're the only... I said just, whoa. Hey, wait a second.
I think we just found the title of our show.
Awkward.
Awkward.
They opened up with Kane versus Orton.
Awkward.
Which, okay,
Why?
Orton, okay, but Kane?
Old man needs to retire. Grandpa needs to retire.
Fred Mertz.
Fred Mertz.
Yeah. Ethel. Fucking
Ethel. Or somebody else called him Bull from Night Court.
Yeah. They looked lost, and which is straight. It's one thing to look like sloppy because Kane can't bump anymore, but it's another thing to look lost because they're both veterans.
What was the purpose of the match?
The purpose of the match, okay, ostensibly Kane was in charge because he's the COO, right, or whatever, or Chief Operations, or whatever the fuck. Well, Stephanie and Triple H were on vacation, quote unquote, so he was in charge, and he decided to punish Randy, quote unquote, by having a match with him. Really, it's the fans being punished, but it's...
It was, because if you really wanted to punish him, okay, Brock's not there, so who's the next? Put him out there with Big Show. Let Big Show do it.
Yeah, but nobody wants to see Big Show either.
Because he's the big slow?
Well, it's not so much the big slow, like seriously,
another
retire.
one you just retire? You think so?
I don't think he needs to retire because he can still go. The thing is that he needs
his character's tired.
He needs to disappear for like a year.
That's probably better.
Not a year.
Because, no, seriously, let people...
Fans will forget about him in 2-3 months. That's how...
That's what I'm saying, have it
wait... I would say 6 months. I would lose some weight.
I would say a year. And have him buried, and then, have somebody say, okay, well, I'm going to get my mystery partner, and then boom, here comes the big show.
Like they do with Mark Henry.
Yeah, but, I mean, having a year gone, people are, they're not even considering him anymore. Just out. Because, what is he now? Blah, 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 I'm a giant. Okay, that's great.
Which didn't help him winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
That was another, let's not even think this through. Could you even... There were so many better candidates to win that match.
Yeah,
that could have led to
Mizdow.
Yeah.
Do we have to keep calling him Mizdow, or can we call him back to Damian Sandow now?
Well, no, his character is still Mizdow.
It'd be great. Maybe that's what they're working towards, is if, he just takes over the character of The Miz and Miz has nobody. Like, he doesn't take it, like, he's like, now I'm the Miz, and you are, Mike Mizanin. That's you.
Kind of like the movie The Roommate.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be kind of creepy and cool at the same time.
That's why it's not going to happen.
I know, because the fans want that. Because they can't give us what we want.
They had probably the best match of the night, and by best I mean the least worst. Neville versus Rollins, and it wasn't because of Neville. Okay, watching Rollins wrestle is very boring. Okay, and it's not his character. His character works. It's just he's very boring to watch. He's not a very interesting worker in the ring. He's
mechanical and.
Well, I mean, I can watch a Flair match, no problem, right? Okay,
because there's some charisma with that. That's why.
Yeah, I guess, but I can watch a Flair match, no problem. But I can't. Like, I don't know. I'm very bored when Rollins is in the ring.
But you're also comparing Flair and Rollins.
That's not fair.
Mean, that really was not. That's not fair.
You guys want a comparison? Rollins reminds me of a young Randy Orton. I can't tell you the last Orton match I was actually that I was really jazzed to watch, because Orton is basically like Rollins, kind of mechanical. He does what he's supposed to do. Nothing really pops about him. But that's just me. And, that's my opinion. But
it was a decent match. Neville got some decent time in, and he got a big rub from, ostensibly the champ. So
it could also be that they're grooming him to be in a top spot. And what happens is, when you're in a top spot, they basically tell you to calm down. As a matter of fact, there was a video that just showed up on the internet this past week about what Rollins looked like on the independent circuit before he got brought over to NXT.
Yeah.
And one of the spots he did on the outside was he did a moonsault off a fat guy. He looked at one of these heavier guys and he just did a backflip right off the guy's stomach to do a moonsault. It was it was awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but you're never going to see that.
No.
You won't see them doing any of these death-defying stunts anymore, because you got to take it easy.
Yeah, because you're the champ and they need you around.
They need you around.
John Cena still doing his open challenge thing. This time it was Stardust. Yawn.
Mm-hmm.
Paige and Naomi versus the Bellas. I mean, with AJ Lee gone, they had to give Paige a tag partner. Naomi's not bad. She's okay.
No, she's one of the better workers.
Yeah, but again, how many times do we need to see this goddamn match?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
One of the high points of the show was the primetime players. They're officially back together, and they're using their old gimmicks. Millions of dollars.
I think that's going to be Big Dick's favorite tag team there. I'll say this. I remember watching the primetime players when they first started to come up to the main roster, and they had Abraham Washington with them. And
that guy was awesome.
It was like I got to watch it. It was like watching kindling just getting ready to just burst into flames, because that's where he was at. He was at that point where he was ready to ignite, and it was just listening to him was just awesome, because he was live mic the entire time, and you never see that anymore.
Yeah.
And he had the ability to talk live mic while his boys were wrestling.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're gonna need a mouthpiece. And it makes me sad that, they got rid of him. But, oh my God,
Well, you're making rape jokes when you're, the owner of the company's wife's running for senator or whatever the hell it was.
That was bad timing.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if they brought him back, I don't think anybody would give a shit. Okay? Honestly, I don't think anybody gave a shit when it happened. Okay? Because wrestling fans, you even told me you saw it when it happened.
Everybody laughed.
Everybody laughed
until the next day
until some woman's group gets all mad. And, Yep.
And see, that's the thing. The stockholders are not necessarily wrestling fans.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're going to affect
that's what happens when you put your business out there for stock for the public. And
yeah, he's a publicly traded company. You can't bring somebody in who openly does rape jokes. Which listen.
Look, I think that's blowing it out of proportion, right? Openly doing rape jokes sounds bad.
Joke.
I know, man.
Okay?
I know.
Nothing what he did.
I know.
Joke.
It was a joke, and it was great because it was perfectly timed. And as a matter of fact, it made me stop, just go, oh, oh, that was bad taste, but yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah. The primetime players are back. Yeah, they're starting to feud the Ascension. So maybe, I don't know, something will happen there. You got the Lucha Dragons versus the New Day. Lucha Dragons went over, and the Lucha Dragons got a big pop. New Day, I caught a few glimpses of SmackDown this week. They're starting to turn because people are doing the New Day sucks thing. They have no choice. Okay, like you said earlier. They don't. You know,
I mean, you already have a face on a company that people boo. So I mean, like you can't have three more. Ideally, you know, people boo John Cena because I think it's a thing to boo John Cena.
No, I think they boo John Cena because they just don't like John Cena.
He's got that X-Pac heat.
He does. we discussed that last week. You know,
I don't know. I like
New Day. See, I don't think people dislike the wrestlers of New Day. I just think they think the gimmick is shitty, and the gimmick is shitty
because they don't explain it. They're just like, "Hi, we're the New Day."
Well,
what's the New Day? I don't know.
Do you think they're having the same problem we are because it's kind of on that religious side? Because they were doing the whole gospel thing in the beginning, and that was all awkward because of the way they all brought it in. Well, it wasn't making any sense then.
It's possible they were trying to do the religious thing, and like being the big company that they are, they were like, okay, we need to do a religious Baptist revival thing without religion. Okay, that's impossible. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me preach without having any type of religion.
Do it inspirational instead of.
It's again, the gimmick sucks. It just sucks. It's just not good.
It's one of Dusty's. Baby, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have you do this gospel thing.
But no gospel.
It's
like peanut butter and jelly without the peanut butter or jelly. It's just bread.
Just some bread.
Who the fuck sells that?
What? It's a wish sandwich.
It's a wish sandwich. It's where you have some bread and you wish you had some meat.
Okay.
He had to go get his coffee.
Coffee.
You got to get your coffee.
He had to wet his whistle.
Yeah.
I just like, yep, I'm done. I'm just going to leave now.
I'll give you comedy gold for the first 10 minutes. I'm good.
My job here is done, sir. Good day.
Hand him out.
Sheamus still looks stupid.
Not while I'm drinking. Christ almighty.
Sorry. Sheamus still looks stupid. And
Lord's name.
But,
looks like a character from Borderlands.
I think maybe if his dome wasn't so pale, it wouldn't look so drastic.
Or they didn't put rings on his beard.
They're definitely going for that Viking feel.
I get it.
Somebody who doesn't understand what a Viking is coming up with the concept. Again, maybe it's Dusty.
Here's what we're gonna do, baby.
This is what we're going to do. We're going to shave your head.
Make a mohawk.
We're going to put some beads on your beard.
Yeah. It's going to look great.
It's okay, baby.
It's going to be layers. You're going to look at me like an onion. They're going to peel away, and you're just going to be an attraction late. That's it.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Are you paying me? All right.
And then we had Miz and Miz, which was sort of a snooze fest. Unfortunately, the crowd wasn't really into it. I don't mean just that match. I mean pretty much the whole show.
Oh, see, it's probably also the booking of the card because you have Miz and Miz close out a show that pretty much people got put to sleep. People want to see that match, but the problem is that you put it near the end of the card where everybody's fucking bored to death.
Yeah.
Nobody cares anymore.
And even in the indies, that's kind of hard to get a crowd behind you at that point.
Yeah, they weren't the last match, but the last match was a triple threat match to determine the number one contender for Extreme Rules, for a shot at the Extreme Rules. It was Ryback, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns.
Oof.
So they had Randy work twice.
And Randy obviously went over.
Oh, did he?
That's what. No one wants to see Randy Orton and Seth Rollins at Extreme Rules.
Again.
Okay, so...
No one wants to see this.
How long has that been going back and forth?
Yeah.
That was before Randy left.
Yeah, they hated each other before Randy left.
It's true.
This was back before Survivor Series.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I don't like I said, I don't think people actually understand, or they don't understand that we don't want to see it. Like Randy Orton is not nearly as big as attraction as he used to be, and Seth Rollins, like I said, he's just kind of boring. You know, he's a decent guy on the mic, but when it comes to, you know, now that he's champion, can't take any risks. So you got a guy who can't take any risks, and you got Randy Orton, who's pretty much past the prime of his career.
Yeah, I don't know.
Awesome. I'm super excited about it.
I wouldn't say that Randy's past the prime. I just think he's being used as he always has.
He's been in there for a decade. I'm not saying he's not in great shape. Yeah, they got
to switch something up with the gimmick.
Yeah.
That's what needs to be done.
I'm Randy Orton. I give the slowest promos on the roster. While I tilt my head and grit my teeth, you can see my jaw pop in and out of my mouth from the sides of my head. Head tilt, head tilt. Randy Orton promo.
He does his promos as slow as Big Show comes down to the ring.
Which is saying something. We'll talk about this for a second. It was an interesting little factoid. After WrestleMania, the Samoan family reportedly was very angry that Roman Reigns did not go over. So much so that there were rumors that they were telling him to quit the WWE. Now, first off, this is, if I'm Vince, okay? I'm just pretending that I'm Vince. That's nice, okay? But you don't have any say on what goes on in my goddamn business. Sorry. Okay? Sorry, okay? This is my business. Okay? And B, this is a work. Okay? The belt, this is a work.
Just because he doesn't have it now doesn't mean he's not going to get it later down the line. I think that just is one of those, you know,
rumor mill type of thing.
I think, I have to agree with Dante here. I think it's definitely rumor mill. I think something happened that at WrestleMania where, like, they were probably like, he didn't get it, and then it kind of got blown way out of proportion. The Samoans are a bunch of workers. They understand the business. Like, I can't see them being like, you need to quit because you didn't get the title.
The family is so big. I mean, we're not just talking the ones that, you know, have been up in the business, like Afa and Sika, and there's a lot of them down in the Indies right now, and it may have been somebody may have felt that their cousin was not being treated correctly, and something may have been said. And the way this business is, a little tiny little hole becomes a big mountain, and things get, you know, out of proportion. And I think that's what somebody may have said something on the sly, and, you know, somebody took it and ran with it.
Yeah, I don't think, I would like to think that they aren't that.
They're too honorable of a family to be upset that someone didn't get a title.
Yeah, that's why I can't buy into it all the way. Like, I can understand them being upset or maybe even like
disappointed.
Just disappointed, but I can't see them being like, "Oh, you need to quit now." For real?
I mean, we've worked 4 of them.
Yeah.
We've worked Lance and Semu and oh my goodness, the PPW show.
Lloyd and Lloyd and Alpha Jr.
Yes. And most humblest, nicest people, you know. I've met Alpha. We ran a show once in Patterson for the Patterson Fall thing, and you know they were awesome people. So no, I cannot see. No.
Speaking of the rumor mill, Hulk Hogan, Scott Steiner.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah,
Hogan's a pussy. Hogan's a pussy, and I'll tell you why. When I was taking care, when me and Strangler were Snuka's handlers, Jimmy had to take a break at a certain point in his career. It was right before the the SummerSlam, '92. Was that the one where he came back? He was supposed to go over and didn't.
I don't.
This is where we need Strangler.
Yeah,
because he's the walking encyclopedia when it comes to that stuff. But anyway, he went home for about 6 months with the family back to Fiji. And he was ready to come back, and Hogan was like, he went to Vince and said, he's not one of us anymore. Literally went to Vince Sr. and he said, he's not one of us anymore. Doesn't go out with us anymore. He stays in the hotel room. He's not one of the boys anymore. How long did you see Jimmy work after that? So, yeah, Hogan's a pussy. Fuck Hogan.
Well, yeah. Here's if you want to go by like a comical sense of this. I mean, nobody can understand Scott Steiner as it is. Mm-hmm. He was probably just really excited, and she just didn't understand anything he was saying and took it as an offense. And like, she, grabbed her by the arm. So
Well,
whatever.
why? My question is, okay,
But we did. First of all, I don't think we explained what the rumor was.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
I don't know. I don't.
Oh, okay. So basically, what happened is Steiner was barred from doing the Hall of Fame or anything at WrestleMania because he was on the same plane as Hogan's wife, and while they were waiting for their bags, supposedly Steiner went up to Hogan's wife and said something along the lines of like, "I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to either kill him or beat the shit out of him or whatever it was." And she freaked out and then called Hogan, and Hogan, they did put up a police report and stuff like that, and basically had Hogan had Steiner barred from ringside. So that, I mean, like, that's that. But like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
You ever try to listen to one of Scott Steiner's promos? I mean, it was possible that he was just trying to communicate, and they just didn't understand.
All I remember is calling him Samoa Joe fat. That's what I remember. Just exploding with rage at it, too. He's fat! Just crazy.
Just calm down.
But he's fat! He's fat! He just explodes.
You ever try to listen to him do poetry? It's great.
He does poetry?
Oh, like one of the promos he did for WCW is like, when the ladies hit my bump and grind, and I come at you from behind, and
it just deteriorates.
Oh my God, it's awful. Just awful.
Goddamn train wreck.
Like his biceps.
Oh.
Dude, they're so fake, man. You can tell.
No,
like
they're totally real.
No,
they're totally
like
real.
everything else in this business.
Yeah, they're totally real. Just, oh God. So let's move on to the high spot.
High spot.
Which is apparently 3 former wrestlers decided to file a class action against WWE for has for decades, this is quoted by the way, has for decades subjected its wrestlers to extreme physical brutality that it knew, or should have known, caused latent conditions and long-term irreversible bodily damage, including brain damage. This was of course filed Thursday. The 3 plaintiffs, are Russ McCallow, Ryan Sakota, and Matt Weiss.
Otherwise known as Luther Reigns.
They're seeking damages for what they charge as WWE's quote-unquote egregious mistreatment of its wrestlers for its own benefit, as well as its concealment and denial of medical research and evidence concerning traumatic brain injuries suffered by WWE wrestlers.
Can I answer that?
Go right ahead.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Anybody who's... In order to get there, you got to go through the indies.
Yeah.
And you do more damage to your body in the indies than you do when you go up there. So you already have an idea of what you're putting your body through. You know you're going to take headshots. I mean, they don't really do the chair shots that much up there like they used to. They've really reeled it back since the whole Benoit incident.
Yeah.
But this lawsuit, good luck. You're going to waste your money.
Well, I don't understand, like you said, I mean, extreme physical brutality. Like, it makes me wonder, you've been doing this your whole life, right? Like, you've been doing this whole
Pretty
life
much
to
your
get up
adult
there.
life, yes.
To get up there, you must have been doing it your whole life. You knew you've been taking bumps and jumping off turnbuckles and getting hit with stuff your entire life.
You get more injuries in the indies.
And now, all of a sudden, now you're going to sue WWE, who not only probably has lawyers out the wazoo, okay, but you can't even prove that the damages that you sustained were actually WWE's fault.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Let me take your words there for a second. the last time Luther Reigns was on television was almost like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, like,
so all of a sudden,
all of a sudden, the injuries that he sustained 10 years ago are the injuries that are being done now, not the ones from the time you left the WWE through the Indies that you got
to make a buck somehow.
You got to make a buck somehow. So none of those from that 10-year block to now. That doesn't count. Everything that happened in the WWE is what happens.
Good luck improving that.
Yeah, right?
Good luck.
You're throwing rocks at at walls.
It's a bunch of guys who's at the point in their life where they probably can't work anymore and are looking going, what do I do now? I can't go out and get a real job. My body's broken. I should actually be on disability. Who do I blame? Oh, let's blame Vince. He's got lots of money.
Yeah. Like, I'll say this. I don't doubt. I have no proof of this, but I don't doubt the WWE covers up medical stuff. Okay?
It's been widely known that a lot of the guys are made to work hurt, and they're given cortisone shots. I mean,
CM Punk went on a rage after he quit WWE,
which is also a little bit of a
reason
why we believe that now it's come through about why AJ may have left.
Yeah, but
because of that lawsuit.
But ultimately, this is going to go nowhere. I mean, they're going to get defeated. They can't prove... I can't imagine they have any sort of proof whatsoever.
No.
Like,
unless you've been planning this since before you got into WWE to see. I mean, you'd have to actually have meticulous records from the whole time you've worked through WWE, which now you've already stated in your lawsuit that they hide that stuff, so now you can't even prove that you may have been injured while in the WWE. Good luck.
Yeah.
You're talking 10, 15 years ago, some of these guys.
Yeah.
They don't have that stuff anymore. I'm sure they've cleaned out those files. Oh, this guy doesn't work for us anymore. Let's get rid of that. No reason to hold on to that.
Not to mention the fact that even if they didn't, they heard about this lawsuit. They're probably gone now if they had the file. Okay? If they're smart. Okay? That shit probably went through the shredder. All right? Which is very illegal, but still.
No,
so is covering up medical stuff.
Doctor offices do destroy medical records of patients that have either passed on or have not been their patients for a long amount of time. So,
Luther Reigns, I can't tell you the last time that... I mean, I'm sure he gets billed on indie shows as, former WWE superstar.
Can I tell you something?
I don't remember him.
I was just about to say that. I don't even remember what the guy looks
like.
Believe it or not, the name to me is familiar, but that's about it. Luther Reigns strikes something in my brain. I don't know what it is.
We've got a Roman Reigns, so it's the Reigns part that sounds familiar.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I've seen.
Either way, I don't
know who he is.
I've seen Luther Reigns wrestle once or twice. Could I pick him out of a lineup?
Hell no.
Nope.
Hell no.
So this one other thing that just is probably just him trying to be in the limelight. Please don't forget about me. By the way, I'm working down at the Armory.
By the way, I'm broke. That's probably what that is.
Yeah, by the way,
I have no money.
Yeah.
Okay? I have no money.
That's another thing we should talk about, eventually, maybe not this podcast, but, wrestlers that didn't handle their money well, and now you look at them and you'll be like, man...
It's a generation thing, too, though.
Yeah, I mean...
Because if we're going to do this, it'll actually bring us into a whole nother show, so maybe we should leave.
Well, we'll hold off. Yeah, but, we do. That is a good topic to talk about.
Because it goes with what I left back in, 2001, and what the locker room scene was like back then, compared to what the scene is now.
No.
We'll also lead into the whole financial thing. Yeah, I definitely think that maybe, I think that should be our next show. We'll do that next week.
Well, yeah, because, I want to talk about Virgil.
Yeah, but I'm so lonely, so lonely.
We'll go ahead and wrap it up. The reason I'm so sore today,
yes, we will speak about
is because I decided to take my first few bumps in the ring.
Woohoo!
Started off okay. Did not end well. Not because of anything terrible, but basically because I did not bump correctly on the back bump. I landed on my lower back. Regardless if you tuck your chin or not, when you strike your body that way, you're going to whip. Okay? So, that slammed my head into the mat. And then I decided, before I started smelling pea soup, it was time to take a break. Okay,
good deal.
Yeah. So, because the lights started to get a little bit brighter when I smacked my head, so I'm like, all right, so maybe.
So football training.
I'm like, oh, yeah, that's not good. So
that feeling.
Wow, it tastes metal. What's that?
Yeah, smell pea soup. So before that happened, I decided to, I'll call it for the day. Just to be safe, because I don't want a head full of mush. So.
And you're a big guy, so
yeah. Landing like that is not so good. But
I tell all the young kids who come in when they take their first bumps that the ring's going to teach you the correct way of doing everything, because it hurts a lot fucking less when you do it the right way. And with his bumps, he did it right for a couple times and did it wrong for a couple times.
That's why.
And his body did it wrong that one time, and then it was okay. Well, now it's time to take a break.
Yeah.
Your body will teach you.
I smacked it good. He saw it too. Like, he was standing right there, and I smacked, and then I got up and I leaned on my elbow and I had my hand on me. I'm like, yeah, I smacked my head pretty good on that one. I think I'm going to take a break now. Yeah.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I was doing the back bumps, turn to the right, and everything like that. It was going good. I was starting to get the hang of it, but maybe I did get tired or something.
Your body started to get tired.
Yeah. And I just landed incorrectly. And my problem is, I know exactly what my problem is. I'm not getting my ass up high enough to land on the upper back where I'm supposed to.
Well, keep doing that yoga, and you will.
And there's an easier way to kind of train your body to do it. It requires a guy to get on all fours, and you push him over. This is how we learned it in Bible camp.
That's blasphemous.
It is.
Well, we're not falling for
we're not falling for no reason. But yeah, so that it was good. It was nice to smack the mat and everything like that. It was good. But I'll probably do some more next weekend. Make sure there's no permanent damage to the skull area.
You get concussed.
Yeah,
Well, you're fine today. You're
I'm okay. I'm just
spot on.
I'm just fucking sore as shit.
And you can't math well.
Yeah. Anything else before we go?
No, pretty good.
No?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, hey, by the way, podcast number 11, guys.
Woohoo!
Oh,
and we're all in a row. It's 5 in a row.
5 in a row?
We're damn
It
good.
took us almost a year to do 6. I think we're doing good.
All right, we're chugging along.
We're chugging along, guys.
Hopefully we'll get more listeners. I mean, last week's was
I'd like 10.
low.
Yeah, it was a little weak last week.
Yeah, maybe because we put the Easter word in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think maybe with this week's title, maybe it'll draw people in.
Can I get 10 fans? I want at least 10 fans.
You want 10?
I want at least 10.
All right. Well, we'll try to get 10.
All right. Well, we passed 10 last week. That was a good thing.
Well, you don't think people repeated listening?
I hope so. I hope that people are listening. I mean, even Shiny Wizards Eddie was like, "Wow, this stuff's pretty good." And if we were shitty, they would say, "Guys, we're dropping you. You're shitty."
Yeah, knock it off.
You guys suck balls.
Yeah,
Listen,
they wouldn't want any.
There are
anything.
balls. Yeah. And then you suck them. That's what.
Yeah, I just like to pull us aside, like, guys, you've been our friends for a long time, and I think it's admirable that
you're trying to talk.
You're trying to do this, but you know what? It's cool. We're just going to take our banner out.
Do us a favor. Don't do that anymore. You can have a podcast of silence. Just don't talk anymore. Cool. Preach.
Yep.
But anyway, we're doing good. We'd love to have more listeners. Go ahead and share us if you see the link. And like you said, nothing else, right?
No,
Yeah, we're pretty good.
All right. So for Dante and Kryim, I'm Big Dick Giddeon, and we'll see you all